Hello, this is Sarah Soiled Plant and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another plant haul for you. For some reason when I was thinking of videos to make, I knew I wanted to do a plant haul today. Hi Ash. But at the same time, I was like, I just did one of these. And then I realized the one I did was like way back in January. I wanted to show you all of the plants that I've bought basically since that last video. There haven't been many, but they are somewhat significant. If you like videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There's more content like this. You can even check out the rest of my channel. I have a ton of videos. I post videos weekly, so go check them out. So I wanted to start off with a few plants that I bought from a local seller. It was a Facebook auction situation, but all the plants were a little more reasonably priced, a little more common, and so it fit, you know, my tighter budget that I'm trying to keep this year. And so I will show you those. I'll start with the one that's not doing great. This one had 3 leaves when I first got it, and now it only has the 1 and it's on the way out. But it does have a new growth point on it, so I think it'll be fine. I definitely want to repot it, but I want to wait until that leaf comes out so that there's 1 healthy leaf before I repot it. And it's in a red solo cup, obviously. It has spider mites. I found out why it's dying. It has spider mites. I can actually see them. So fantastic. Guess I'm going to be cleaning a lot of plants tonight. Yeah, I've been going through a huge spider mite wave. I did a whole bunch of cleaning this weekend and I definitely have more to do. So I'll definitely put these in there, but I've been trying to quarantine all of these plants, so hopefully it won't contaminate much else, but I am going through a bit of a spider mite wave right now that I'm trying to keep under control. But yeah, this is sold to me as a Philodendron Giant. I'm not sure what it actually is, but I know that when it gets big and it grows up, it gets really big. So this one, while it's bug infested, it was $5, so I figured I'm not sure what it is, but it's $5, might as well try it, and I like the leaf shape of it. In the same sale, I bought a Raven ZZ plant. I can't remember what I paid for this, but it was not a lot. It was, you know, a smaller amount. It only has 1 older one. These 2 stalks are actually brand new, and they're starting to darken up. The very, very tips of the leaves are starting to get darker, and eventually they'll be as black as this side here. I've been on the prowl for a Raven ZZ plant for a minute. I haven't found ones that were affordable and a good size. This one was definitely affordable even if it's small. This one was sold at a pretty good price. It's on the small side, of course, but I figure if I ever find a good deal where there is a decent size one for a decent price, I could always just add this one in later. Yeah, this one is my Raven ZZ plant. So that is nice and small and cute. And the last one I bought from this seller is actually a starter. This is a Mandula pothos, which are so cute, and it's definitely given me like a cross between, you know, like an Enjoy or a queen, what is that called, a marble queen pothos, but the leaves are a little bit wider and a little more like fat heart shaped, which are super cute, and it's definitely like a starter. Yeah, this was itty bitty, but it was a starter. It was sold to me as a starter, and it's got a new growth point right there, and it's so cute. These do grow a lot slower than your average pothos just because of how much white they have on them, but it's a pothos, so they're about as resilient as the other ones, at least as far as I know. But this little starter, it was also like $5. Awesome deal, and hopefully it'll get nice and big someday. I can make propagations from it and kind of expand it out and make it like a full pothos plant. I'll briefly touch on this next one because my previous video was all about it, but I actually drove to Chicago last week on kind of a whim in order to buy this plant. And it is my Monstera Elbow. It is officially an elbow, but it definitely is lacking the variegation. It's got 1 leaf that's okay, and then some other ones with like hardly any variegation on it, but technically have some on it. But the stem is extremely white, and hopefully I can propagate this and make good variegation from it. Since I've brought it home, I am getting a little bit of browning. You can see under here, and then also on this kind of little sleeve here, it's getting brown. So I wonder, it's not due to watering, and it's not due to insufficient light or anything like that. So I have a feeling I'm giving it too much light where I have it sitting right now. It's in quarantine because I haven't had it for a week yet. I definitely did a full bug treatment on this when I brought it home. So I'm not too worried about it having bugs, but I am keeping it away from other plants for the moment. I haven't figured out the exact right place I'm going to put this yet, and I will figure that out soon. For now, it is in a western window, which I think it's like right up, like right in a western window. So I have a feeling that's getting too much light, or maybe too much direct light in the afternoon. So I will probably be moving this as soon as it's through its quarantine period. But for right now, it's still doing okay. This leaf is slowly starting to harden up, feeling it, looking for the next pup to come out. Things take time and I have to let it take time. I'm trying to be patient. It's been here a week, but I stare at it every single day. The next plant I bought, which I actually bought the weekend before I went and got the elbow, because I found out about the elbow after I purchased this one. If I knew about the elbow before going to buy this plant, I probably wouldn't have bought it just because it was kind of pricey. But at the same time, I'm very excited to have it. It was on my most recent wish list, and that is the Philodendron Splendid. This one, she is so pretty in person. I feel like cameras, photos just do not do it justice at all. It looks like a pumpkin spice latte. It just screams like warmth and comfort, soft, like wearing a scarf and sipping tea. Like it's so, so precious. It's definitely got these sort of soft, velvety, suede like leaves that a melanochrysum has, with more of the coloring of the verrucosum. I'm obsessed. I love it. The one I got is in pretty good shape, especially for the price. So these two leaves are the most recent. This one has a little bit of damage on it, but that's okay. I still love her. It's super tiny and it's, you know, just kind of started in this world, but there is a tiny, tiny little new leaf coming. I've still got this one in quarantine as well, but I think it's almost ready to be moved into my greenhouse. I do have space for this one, so I'm looking forward to giving this optimal conditions. It's another one of these plants that's kind of leggy and kind of grows up a pole type of situation. So I think initially for this plant, I'm gonna let it kind of do its gangly thing for a minute, and then I'm probably going to chop it and make it a fuller plant with a moss pole in the center. And then it can grow up the pole and be big, gorgeous, beautiful, and everything I ever want it to be. I will say it does look a lot like a verrucosum. So if you're interested in verrucosum, but you want those velvety leaves, I would say get this. It checks so many of the boxes that the verrucosum has, though it has the growth pattern and the feel of a melanochrysum. So it doesn't have those fuzzy petioles like the verrucosum has. So if that's something that you don't like, and you don't like the little hairy petioles that the verrucosum has, get a Splendid and that'll kind of solve that problem for you. I'm very happy to have it. She was a pricey bitch. She was a little pricey, not gonna lie. She's very, okay, she was expensive. I got her, like this plant, I got it for $250, and I did pick it up locally, so I didn't have to ship it, but it was really expensive. I bought so few plants this year. I'm propagating more. I'm trying to be a better plant parent, more responsible in my plant ownership. So I allowed myself to treat myself to this beautiful plant because I wanted it so much. I want it to be big. I want like leaves the size of my face. Someday you'll be that plant for me. But until then, I'll settle for it just being super tiny and cute. The last plant I'm going to show you is actually in this box. I just got this delivered today, and so I'm going to open it on camera for you. So this plant is actually a Hoya Obovada. When I made my wish list plant video a few weeks ago, I will link it for you. Someone mentioned in the comments, they're like, hey, you know they sell Obovada on Amazon, right? And they're not too exorbitantly priced. And I went and looked it up, and I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. They sell it in 3 sizes. I got the medium size because I figure, you know, it wasn't too much more expensive than the small one. So I figured that this was like a dual purpose of like seeing how Amazon ships plants, or at least this particular seller on Amazon ships plants. Ah, it is stuck in there. They certainly tape it to within an inch of its life. It was in a box, you know, wrapped up like this, and it had peanuts on top. It has some little paper on the top. This is actually very nicely wrapped. I might steal this idea. This is a Hoya Obovada. It says rare Hoya Obovada splash 4-inch from California Tropicals. So that is what this plant is and who I bought it from. I think that's pretty decent. I'm trying to remember how much this was. I want to say it was $16.99 for the prices I'm seeing around. That is not insane. Also, I got it with free shipping with Amazon Prime. When you think about shipping plants, usually it's a minimum of $5, usually more than that. They say it's a rare Hoya Obovada, but like they are kind of everywhere. I just couldn't find them up near me. But yeah, I'm happy to have this. It is so cute, and it seems to be in really good condition. The soil is not super dry, not super wet. The leaves themselves are pretty good. They're not like desperate for watering. That is kind of awesome. I can officially add a Hoya Obovada to my list. How cool is that? So thank you to the person who recommended I get it off Amazon, because I'd say I'm pretty happy with that. For 17 bucks with shipping included, that is not a bad price whatsoever. So from that wishlist plant video that I did 2 weeks ago, I've already purchased 3 of the plants from that list. And the ZZ Raven is one that I had from my previous, like, way further back wishlist plant that I did back in the fall or summer. So I'm just slowly ticking those boxes of the plants I want. Now somehow I have to make sure I have room for all of these plants. That is the real test, is whether or not I can find a spot for it amongst the chaos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye!